Hey there, everybody. This is Cheryl, CEO of LifeWorks and founder of the 24hourwoman.com. Welcome, and I want to thank you for joining me today for this free webinar where we will look at what exactly does high performance do, and therefore what you can learn to do in your own capacity so that you too can be a high performer. So first off, I want to start off by saying one of the greatest attitude of a high performer is that they show up. So thank you for showing up. So showing up is giving yourself the opportunity for something different to happen, for you to learn something new. So congratulations. And let's get on with the webinar. First, I hope you have a notepad with you, your pen and paper, and take away all distractions, any of your mobile devices, things that will distract you from this precious time that you have set aside for yourself to learn about being a high performer. All right? Are we ready? Good. I'll be answering questions at the end of the session. If you have them, just put it into the chat box. I would love to hear from you. Yes, you would see on your right-hand side the chat box is enabled, so you are able to see all the chats and to put in, obviously, your questions so that we can look at them and be able to answer them. Let's get started. So, confession time. Yes, I must say, if you want to imagine walking in every day to your office or to where you're working with a sprint on your stride, just happy and delighted, and just when you think of what you're doing, think of your life, there's just a sense of joy and excitement and enthusiasm. And when the people that you meet, they are like impacted by you. They want to be around you, and they feel that that you have something that's different. Your family members know that you are there for them, and they know that you care. Your workplace or the work that you do, people know that you're giving your best, and in fact you're doing exceedingly beyond in a very sustainable manner, on a consistent manner, that they are surprised. And at the end of the day, you walk back home feeling fulfilled, feeling time well spent, and just going back to a home that you love, and telling your loved one, what a great day I had today. Imagine that day happening every single day. That's what high performance is about. And I must tell you that I wasn't like that for at all. In fact, I'm still work in progress right now. But there are some elements, some things that I've learned from my mentors, some things that I've learned through the hundreds and thousands of dollars that I've poured in books, in training, in masterminds, in being coached. And I want to share that with you because in this business of our world, in this world where things are getting more and more complex, getting more and more uncertain, high performance is the way to go, because it gives you a sense of ability to be controlling what's happening around you, and give you a sense of base. There's a sense of certainty within you because you are practicing the knowledge and skills. The high performers know that regardless what happens, they are there and they are performing. But let me back up a little to share with you why am I so excited about high performance and why I'm talking about high performance, particularly to women. I think women wear many, many hats, and therefore we are often pulled in many, many different directions. My objective when we started up the 24hourwomen.com is for women to be able to thrive at work and at business and live a vibrant life. And that's my starting point. I've enjoyed a very full corporate career. I enjoyed what I did in the corporate arena, and in different countries, in different cultures, working in different industries, and working in different positions. And then one day, my boss then, Dr. Jennifer Lee, in the healthcare setting, asked me, "No, Cheryl, are you going to stay in healthcare for the rest of your life?" And it got me thinking, what do I really want to do? What is the legacy that I want to leave behind? Do I really want to stay in a job? But there were certain things that I've learned through the years in my corporate journey, and particularly in my last corporate position. I saw that work-life integration is possible. I did my postgraduate studies. I had my children. I had I held out a full-time job, and I knew that would not have been possible if not for my supervisor and a supportive environment and the knowledge and skills I have across the years, already building the base for a high performer. And I was looking at, I'm raising 3 young kids with my husband, and I wanted to have greater impact because I know that they will be the ones that will be heading out to the workplace. I wanted to look at how I can help companies create better, more inspiring, more engaging workplaces, and that's when I started LifeWorks. Because I believe that life should work for the individuals. People should thrive and enjoy their lives because there's more to life than just work. And that got me to pursue then the arena of work-life and work-life flexibility. But I realized that even as we work with organizations and we got all the recognition, and awards for that, the work that we do, one of the key pieces is about individuals stepping up and taking joint ownership. And that's where we have it opened a brand new world to me, and that's working with women, men and women around the world about work-life flexibility, about high performance, and about having an inclusive environment. One particular area that we do look at is on work life, and they got us to look at how we can leverage our technology for more people to gain flexibility at work. And if you're on this webinar, if you're watching this video, you are using technology. And that's where we feel that it's the greatest empowering level. And I'm telling you all this is not because I have all the answers. It's because it's through this journey, and I got to learn a lot more about what high performance is about. I got to meet wonderful people from around the world, and I am one of the less than 150 certified high performance coach. And before I go on, you might be asking, what's high performance all about, right? So let's get to the definition of high performance before we get into, what are the practices of high performance and what can we do about it? High performance merely means that you are you are excelling and exceeding above your standard norms. You are way beyond your standard norms of your peers, of yourself, and sometimes your industry. And the key word that I want to emphasize here is about consistently. It's not, you are fantastic today, but you crash tomorrow. So the thing is to avoid being a one-time hit. That's what high performance is about. And it's delivering great outcomes over, above your standard norms consistently over a longer period of time. So take this definition down because it does mean, it talks about sustainability. It does mean it talks about, if you're looking at vibrancy over a longer period of time. And maybe that seems a little bit out of place for you. I can't imagine what that means, Cheryl. It's all just words. Well, high performance is a feeling. You can imagine. It's a feeling. Close your eyes. Imagine it's a feeling of full engagement, joy, confidence that comes from consistently living from and into your full potential. So it's full engagement that you're present, right? And enjoying the moment, having the joy that comes from within you, and the confidence that is consistently there because you are living from and into your full potential. How many of you would like that? Share with me in your polls or in the chat. How many of you would like that? All right, many of you are doing a private chat to me. Yes, thank you for your sharing. Yeah, and before I forget, it is a great joy for me today that we have so many people from all over the world. So welcome, and particularly for some of you who's this is your evening time. Thank you so much for your time for joining us, and thank you for yes, and that you value high performance, and that's why you are here with us. So, high performance is the feeling of full engagement, joy, and confidence that comes from consistently living from and into our full potential. That's what it is all about. Yes, I do see some high performing achievers amongst our midst. And that's what I want you to try to recall right now. If you want to recall in somebody that you would call a high performing achiever, could you describe them? What might be some of the describers that you have of them? Okay, you've got some of them. Let's see if we have the same thoughts. High-performing achievers are open and observant to the present moment, meaning when they go into a room full of people, they are there in the moment with the group of people in the group. They are not thinking about something else. They are not distracted, not texting. They are open to the development in the conversation. They are observing what's happening. They're engaged with the moment, enjoying that moment that they have. Did you have this on your list? Self-reliant. They are the ones who will make a way. They are the ones who will look at the opportunities to really look at how they can create a path. Look at innovating something if they need to. You might be handling a high achiever, you might be a high achiever if you say to yourself, well, no, there's no career path in this manner in my company. No worries, I'll just create one. That's being self-reliant. A high-performing achiever is certainly future-oriented. They are looking at what's their legacy. What is it that they're building towards? What is it that they're looking forward to? Of having a very future-oriented perspective rather than just the here and now, and looking at what happened in history. Doesn't mean that they don't learn from there, but it means that they are focused on picking up all those learning and applying it for the future. They are challenge seekers. They love to thrive in the moment, and they look for things that will actually enrich them and grow them even through challenges. Connection lovers, yes, when we look at connection lovers, they are the ones who love to join the dots. They are the ones who would love to join not just people together, but ideas together. They are like the makers, right? They would join different ideas together to create different things, which will bring me to the next point, that they are really creatively driven, future-oriented, creatively driven, and are expressive in their own terms, on their own terms, in their own ways. So if you look at high performance achievers, actually very little constraint around them, because they are open and observant, and they are just looking at managing around the parameters and moving towards the future. Because they are meaning makers. Every single encounter, every single thing that they do needs to be meaningful for them. It needs to be helping them and driving them towards what they're seeing in the future. And therefore, it's a very guided journey for high performing achievers. So how many of that would you say that you feel that you are already, it already describes you? And if it doesn't, no worries, that's why we are here. And there's a lot of room for us to grow. That's a great thing. How do we enjoy, how do we know that high performance is in us, or we are in the process of being a high performer? The high performance in your life is a result, and remember, it's a result. So what I'm looking at is that it will shift the needle for you so that it becomes a result for you. A result of heightened and sustained levels of clarity, of energy, courage, productivity, and influence. Imagine your life if you were just to have another 2% of clarity, another 2% of energy on a daily basis, of courage, of not just going beyond your boundaries, stepping up instead of stepping back. 2% more productivity and 2% more influence. How much more impact would you have? How much more will you be moving towards the outcome that you want to see in your life, in your legacy? And that's what we're talking about in terms of high performance. Because when we experience these, clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence, we then will be able to have the kind of joy and vibrancy, the kind of a sprint in your, spring in your stride as an individual, because you are probably delivering high performance. And how do we get that? You get those by mastering your psychology, your physiology, your productivity, your persuasion, and developing your presence, and directed by your sense of purpose. So this is what the high performance coaching model is all about. And as I mentioned, I'm one of 150 that is being certified globally as a high performance coach. And I want to take this chance then to share with you, what does this mean? Let's just take each one of this in turn. What does it mean to have clarity? And many of you are here because you want to know what are the 5 questions that you should be asking yourself, so that it will shift the needle from where you are now to be moving towards being a high performer. I want to share those 5 questions with you. First question is, who do you want to become as a person? And what do you really want right now in your personal and professional life? Write that down in your notebook right now, this question, and very quickly scribble down what your response might be. Who do you want to become as a person? What do you really want right now in your personal and professional life? Write that down as clearly as you can. All right, got that? Let's see. That means that you need to be managing your mind, your psychology. Who do you want to be? Question, and are you living your truth? That basically is who you want to be. Because if you are living your truth, then you are being your authentic self. And if you are not, why not? Because you are worth it as a person, a human being. Do not live someone else's dreams. Live your own. Leave other people's dreams alone. And if I were to ask you, what three words would really define who you are? And the bigger question, are you living those words? So if you say that you are a caring person, but the people that you come in contact with, you do not take the chance to express your thanks, your gratitude, or just to express your concern for them, then are you really living those words? If you say that you are a person that's full of enthusiasm, but every single day you are just very negative, you're just having very low energy, then what's this about being an enthusiastic person? There has to be a congruence of who you want to be, what's your truth that you're living in. And if there's a misalignment, do something about it. Next, what three words should define how you interact with others? And are you living those words? So once again, if you say that, if you are saying to your children, mommy loves you, but but you're hardly there, or I want to be present with you in what you're doing, but when you're there with the person, you are busy texting or you're busy looking at being distracted. That's again not living your truth. There's no alignment. So the first question, the big question was, who do I want to become as a person, and what do I really want right now in my personal and professional life? So that's the first question. Second, are you ready? What are the major factors causing your current level of energy? Are you the sort that have to drag yourself out of bed, and through the day you're just refilling your cup of coffee? Or is there just energy bursting up from within you, just enthusiasm and moving, brimming, the energy is just exuding out of you, and people get infected by your energy. How can you improve that? There you go. Let's look at your physiology. Are you rested and well hydrated? And before you answer the question about being of hydration, ask yourself, how many nights this week did I have more than 7 hours of rest? I bet you many of us are not well rested. And sometimes we tell ourselves, it's okay, I can get on with 4 or 5 hours. But that depletes your energy, that depletes your ability to think well and to make good quality decisions and to be productive, because your mind is just not functioning in its optimal. Your mind and your body is not functioning in its optimal manner. Are you fully hydrated? A fair number of our modern ills like headaches and migraines and things like that, it's because we have not been hydrating our bodies. We're just we don't replenish enough fluid to get the toxins out of our body, hydrate our bodies to just, if you look at it, a huge proportion of your body composite is made of fluid, and water is essential. Let me just ask you, sitting there watching this video or webinar right now, do you have a glass of water next to you? Right? So that's just simple things. Put a glass of water next to you and remind yourself that you need to drink, right? One of the tricks that I've learned from my mentor is the moment you sit down, set an alarm for 45 minutes, and at the end of so that you are focusing the work that you're doing, and at the end of 45 minutes, get on up, go to the pantry or the kitchen, and get yourself a glass of water, drink a glass of water, head to the washroom if you need to. In that motion, there are a couple of things that you have achieved. One, you're giving your mind a break that you change your scene. Two, you're hydrating your body. And 3, you are moving your body after sitting down in front of a screen for a period of time. And that gets you to re-engage with your body. That gives your mind a break, a refreshment, and then coming on back again. That having said that, of course, if you are in the flow of creating something or if you're writing, push yourself for maybe about an hour and a half, but do take do take the breaks to engage your body again and to just give yourself a change of scene and come on back again, so that you will be amazed that actually your sense of productivity will go up because of that refreshment, having given yourself a period of time when you're doing really focused work. Are you sleeping, eating, exercising, hydrating, and speaking with passion enough to have the energy that you deserve? Do you know that just by when you speak, when you're sitting down versus when you speak, when you're getting up and having all the gestures, your energy level actually goes up? When I am running webinars, etc., or telesummit, people will ask me, "Oh, sit down, Cheryl," because they can't see you. I don't. I stand up because the sense of energy comes from deep within me outward. And when you stand up, you have, and as I share what I wanted to share with my audience, the energy actually comes through. So you can feel the difference. If you're sitting down and you're just talking, right? No matter how you try to get the energy up, it is different versus when you're standing up and you're having a full conversation and your body is just gesturing and into the conversation. You will find that there's a higher level of energy. Don't believe me? Try that out. Greater sense of gesturing and speaking with passion. There will be a difference. But that means that you have to cross the hurdle of making yourself small. But when you speak, make yourself big. Stand straight, stand tall, gesture, and let the energy come forth from within you. The next question I have would be, what do you need to do in order to be 3 times more productive in your personal and professional life? 3 times more. Right? If I were to say double, you guys might just be looking at, oh, let's just shift this a little, let's just rearrange the schedule a little. But when I say 3 times more, or 5 times more, or 10 times more, you will need to think of doing things differently. You will need to think of getting things organized differently. You will need to think of a different approach towards being 3, 5, or 10 times more productive. And at the top of your mind, what might those be? Some of you have in the chat box to me is that, yeah, I would first start by sleeping 7 hours so that I can be more productive. Fair enough, that's absolutely true, and that is very critical. Let's take a look then as productivity. If you want to be 3, 5, 10 times more productive, then cut the distractions. Look at it and ask yourself, what is my mission today that I must accomplish that will bring me closer to my goals? Remove away the distractions. Be very focused. There was a study done that if we were to spend 4 hours a day just being distracted, not doing anything that's adding value to what we want to achieve, we lose in the area of not just the time loss, but also potential financial losses up to the billions of dollars. Over a period of time, 4 hours a day of distraction. Over a period of time of, say, just the adult life, that's a huge loss. So when I say being productive, it doesn't mean for you to do your to-do list. It does mean doing things that will be directing you towards your goals and your mission every single day. Doesn't mean to just check off on your to-do list, because if you look at your to-do list, I'm sure there are things in there that doesn't give value to you, doesn't help you to move closer to your goals. And if it doesn't, it means that you're not being productive. So productivity to me, being productive really means a very directed effort towards an outcome that I want to achieve. And next question, ask yourself, what are you looking forward to? What's the development? What's your growth? What's the family relationships? What kind of holidays do you want to be going for? What are you looking forward to? And what must you therefore accomplish today to move towards that? It goes back to what I spoke about earlier on about clarity. What if you don't know what you want to be hitting? You could be shooting in the dark for a very long time and not hitting the target. And there's a lot of wasted effort. What areas of your life are you lacking the influence and that you need to accomplish your goals? I wouldn't be able to achieve a lot of things I am able to if I didn't have the support, both in my workplace, back when I was in corporate, and my family, my friends, and now a network of like-minded individuals who believe in high performance, a network of individuals who believe in stepping up and sharing our message to make, to help people live a more vibrant life, a more engaged life, that they are able to live and achieve their dreams. So in the area of persuasion, how are you developing influence? Are you influencing anybody? Whether we like it or not, positively or otherwise, we are demonstrating as a role model, and therefore we are influencing. Now, and particularly for women, we wear many hats, and our impact is far more reaching than you can imagine. As a mom, you are a major influence and role model to your children. As a wife, you are a major influence, obviously, to your husband. As a daughter, you are impacting and influencing your parents. If you have other siblings, you are an impact and influence to your brothers or your sisters. If you are working, you are a major impact in your workplace. If you are serving the community, you are impacting your community. And if you are not impacting your community. Therefore, what are you doing to be developing your influence? Because when you are empowered to be a high performer and you are impacting and influencing, you are impacting and influencing your family, your workplace, your community, and think about that. And think about, are you demonstrating empathy and bold enthusiasm? Do you go and ask people, can you please help me? Versus, this is why I think we can collaborate for a better outcome. Bold enthusiasm, and let that enthusiasm enlist people to be your support. Enlist people to come alongside you for whatever purpose that you want to inspire them towards. Whether these are your children, your spouse, your other family members, in your workplace or in the community. Demonstrating empathy and bold enthusiasm. I like this question very much because sometimes I do ask myself that, where am I backing down in my life right now? We've often said that, you've got to step up, but many times there are areas that we do back down. Where are the areas? Write that down. Nobody's going to take a look at your notebook. It's just for your eyes only. And therefore, how are you developing your presence? Ask yourself this question right now. At what level am I in this moment in terms of my emotional and physical vibrancy and presence? That I will just be able to stand up or to be able to make my point, that I will not back down the areas that I feel are important to me. Developing your presence, being there. And that those are the 5 questions that I would ask you to ask yourself every day so that you do make a shift. This is the final question. Remember, I said that there's a final question that people will be stopped in their track if they have to think about that. How can I stay on purpose and serve greatly now? I think many of us probably have done some purpose statement or mission statement or vision that we want in our life. How can you stay on purpose? Not just a statement, but stay on purpose and to serve greatly right now. Because being able to serve others is one of the greatest contributions. How can you stay on purpose and serve greatly right now? That is the big question that many people would stop and need to think about that. Either they have to think about what's their purpose, which does mean to me then in terms of their productivity and their energy and all that it's not aligned, or they are staying on purpose but they are not serving. It's very internally driven. A high performer will stay on purpose and serve others. A favorite quote of mine: there are only 2 things that change in your life. Either something new comes into your life or something new comes from within. Well, perhaps this webinar is something new that comes to your life. This webinar of sharing with you what the high performers do, and so can you, is something new that comes into your life. And now within you, something new will be given birth. Your desire to be clearer, a greater sense of clarity, your desire to have a higher sense of energy, higher productivity, a greater sense of courage to be stepping up and be the authentic person that you are, to be living your truth and to be impacting, to look at ways that you can impact and influence others in your family, in your workplace, and in your community. The other great principle that I believe in is that we all have 24 hours in a day. Invest in what matters most, and that's very aligned with being a high performer. Invest in what matters most, and that is where the sense of productivity and clarity of where you want to go, who you are, comes in, because you do not waste time. You do not waste the moment. You invest in what matters most. Having said that there might be thoughts that come to you and say that, that's not possible, Cheryl. That's only for the high performers. I'm not a high performer. Well, the reason why you're watching this video, or the reason why you're on this webinar, is that there is a desire within you to be a high performer. So do not let cynicism keep you from seeing new possibilities. And certainly do not let fear hold you back. Imagine if there's no fear of failure, there's only good will come out of it. Will you not pursue this? If this allows you to live your truth, this allows you to be your authentic self, and that you have a greater sense of energy, you're just bursting with enthusiasm and vibrancy every single day, rather than just dragging yourself moment by moment, why would you let this hold you back from being a high performer? And don't put off addressing your work-life needs. If you're looking at living, a life where you're thriving in your work and your business and living a vibrant life, do something about it as a high performer. Be very focused. You can be a high performer in both your work and your business, and certainly live a vibrant life. What do you need to do? Ask yourself those questions to start with on a day-to-day basis and make that shift. Or get some coaching, training, and support. Be in the midst of like-minded people. Get some coaching, whether it's with me or somebody else, as your high performance coach. cut short your learning curve, and be able to hit that point or that phase where you begin to excel and succeed in delivering above your standard norms consistently over a longer period of time. Be a high performer. So what's next? Well, you might say that, oh, I need to have somebody to handhold me and guide me step by step. Or you're just enthusiastic and just behind the goal, just saying, I'm just going to do this. Or you want to have a deep dive and really get to know what's the nuts and bolts and the practices of high performance breakthroughs, of getting this model into your life and make it work. High performance breakthrough basically embraces this model over a 12-session period. And high performance breakthrough is something that I've designed specifically to work with women, because I believe that there are different needs for women and that there are certain sense of rapport and bonding that we have when we have an all-women's group. High performance breakthroughs will be made up of a small group of like-minded individuals like yourself. And we'll go through these 12 sessions of gaining clarity, getting our energies up, being more productive, developing our sense of impact, influence, and our sense of presence, and the clarity of our purpose, our truth, our authentic self in 12 sessions. There will be other high performance related resources made available to you, and we will all be part of a private Facebook group for this group of like-minded individuals to be supporting one another, to be asking questions, to be sharing your stories of success, to be sharing the joys of the day as you see that your energy goes up, as you see yourself moving and progressing towards the goal that you want to be achieving for yourself, and to be able to come back and tell the story and say, oh wow, guess who I influenced today? That's what high performance breakthroughs is about. A small group of like-minded individuals going through 12 sessions together, having additional resources that will support you in your high performance growth, and to be in a private Facebook group where we can chat and share stories and you can be supporting one another. It's a little bit like going to the gym, right? Instead of, and I do think, some of you just message me, do I take one-on-one clients? Yes, I do take on one-on-one clients to coach them, but I have very few spots left. If you're interested, email me and let me know. But I am so into the groups right now because I feel that that is a bigger way to impact and influence and enable a lot more people at the same time. And more importantly, that these individuals are in a environment of like-minded individuals who will nudge one another to grow. Just like going to the gym. You sign up to go to the gym, and if you are alone, there's a high chance that you are going to be dropping out from that membership. But if you are there with a group, 1, 2, 3, more people, they will nudge you along. If one is not available, someone else will be nudging you along, and that you do make the progress. And that's what we want to see, that you make progress towards high performance breakthrough in your life to become a high performer. So what does it take? Well, it's a risk-free process. You get a 30 minutes free strategy session with me to find out more about high performance breakthrough and if it is suitable for you. All you need to do is go to this link, go to this bit.ly link, and it says High Performance Breakthroughs 1. So it's http://bit.ly/High Performance Breakthroughs 1. So it's http://bit.ly/High Performance Breakthroughs 1. And there you will find an application form. And the application basically is to help me to know you better, to be ready for us to have a fruitful conversation in our 30 minutes free strategy session, and for us to explore if high performance breakthrough is suitable for you to help you move the needle towards being a high performer. Okay? You're ready to step up and be a high performer? It's risk-free. Join me in a 30 minutes strategy session and we'll explore further. But more importantly for me is that in that session you will get more tactics, more strategy in the way that you can structure and move towards being a high performer. I am open to be taking any questions right now that you might have. As everybody is looking at, yeah, we're getting a lot of questions coming through the private chat. So what does this 12 session, what does it do? Well, in the 12 session, we will meet together as a group. We'll go through the 12 sessions together, and then we will move together as a group in developing the different areas that will enable us to experience a greater sense of clarity, energy, productivity, courage, and impact. Yes, there's a question here, the Facebook group, is it just for us? Yes, it is a private Facebook group that it is just for that particular, for the group of high performance breakthroughs audience. My group, yes. Yes, and so to repeat again, in order to join us for high performance breakthroughs, you will need to go in and complete this application. And after which we will arrange for a free 30-minute strategy session, and then we will talk through then what's the best next steps. The question here is that if I would want to have a one-on-one coaching session with you and for high performance breakthrough, is that available? Yes, it's available. Again, fill up the same application. Let's take the 30-minute strategy session and let's explore whether you want to do it in a group or as a one-on-one coaching together with me. All right, that seems to be. Feel free to send your questions through. We will definitely get back to you. But in the meantime, I am mindful in terms of the time that we did say this session would be. So who's going to be a high performer? I hope on the other end, you have put up your hand and you said, yes, I want to be a high performer. What we covered today, we covered the 5 key questions that you need to ask yourself, because these are, you want to know what high performers do, then ask yourself those 5 questions and begin to put some of those answers into practice. But if you want to see an accelerated growth, you want to move into high performance and to be excelling and succeeding, above your standard norms consistently over a longer period of time, then join us for high performance breakthroughs, because in that 12 session, you will make that difference. I look forward to spending the 30 minutes strategy session with you. All you need to do is to get to this link here at the bit.ly link at High Performance Breakthroughs 1. And once we get that application back, we will then schedule the 30 minutes of free strategy session together with you, and we can then take the next steps together. My name is Cheryl, CEO of LiveWorks and the founder of the 24hourwoman.com. Thank you for joining me for this webinar, and as usual, have a great day.